Welcome back to the Portsmouth terminal. I just wanted to do a quick update. I've finished laying all the track and wiring all the track, and trains are running again, as you can see. So yeah, the last video I left off, I had kind of gotten the track where I wanted. I wasn't quite finished. I hadn't wired anything. I've now gone through and completely wired this for DCC. All the tracks are live. No more power routing switches turning off trains when they sit on the siding. First time I've done that, and so this little railroad has been a learning experience for me. If nothing else, I've like I said, never wired a layout. I've never replaced track work on an existing track, splicing in turnouts and new track and whatnot, ripping up old track. I've gotten rid of all the issues I had with herky-jerky operation from lousy electrical pickup. Trains are running nice and smooth now, and just got a little slow freight going around here right now, just for some action in the background, but finally got it squared away the way I want it, and it's looking good. Obviously I've changed a few things. I've pulled out that hill that was sitting right back there in the corner, so I've got a few more scenery ideas. I've been able to move taking this track out, I can move the engine house back and extend the servicing facility. I'm going to still have the refueling and sanding facility right in here. Really expanding the downtown. I've got more buildings in there as it stands, and I'm going to fill it right up. I'm going to have a whole line of buildings on here, so this will be a nice Main Street scene going along right here. And I've had a rethink on the Squamscott Brewing Company, I mean not brewing company, excuse me, the bottling company, because looking at it, that facility is not nearly enough to be an entire bottling facility, plus warehousing and unloading and everything like that. It's too small, so that's going to become something else. I'm going to think of some other type of facility that it's going to be. I've still got the Smutty Nose Brewing Company back there, and of course that's just a background flat, so you can imagine that's just as big as it needs to be off in the distance there. And the biggest change I'm going to make, other than the obvious ones I already have, is this scrapyard has never worked for me. What I had in my head when I started doing this and what I've been able to do with this, it's just, I've drawn a complete blank. And the biggest reason I've decided to change this is I had a comment from a gentleman named Jonathan Mayhew on my last video. He lives in Newmarket, Newfields area, where I used to live in New Hampshire. And there's a old train station. There's a place where several of the lines from the Boston and Maine, as they head south, one of the Dover branch, the branch that goes up into Portland via Portsmouth, all those converged on Rockingham Junction in Newfields, and there was an old passenger station there. Obviously it was a lot more busy than it is now. I can't remember the exact date the station was built. It's probably 150, 160 years old, somewhere around there. Someone can correct me if they know for sure. But I used to pass that old train station every single day. It's still there. It's not being used for anything. I don't know who owns it. And N-Scale Architect has long made a beautiful model of that building. They've got a couple of historic New Hampshire buildings. They've got the roundhouse, a model of the roundhouse up at Conway for the Conway Scenic Railroad. But that Rockingham Junction, I've always wanted to do something with it, and I hadn't had it for this layout simply because it was supposed to be Portsmouth, and Rockingham Junction is probably a good 10-15 miles from Portsmouth. But I decided maybe I can do it right in here. I'm going to extend this line out to here, so this is, a heading off in another direction to one of the other branches, probably down toward Boston. And so this is not going to be an industrial siding anymore. It's just going to be a branch line going out. And I'm going to do the station right in here. I can kind of model that whole little area that it's in and make a nice little scene. I'll probably have some trees, a line of trees along here just to separate it from the rest of it, because as I said, it's nowhere near Portsmouth. Obviously they're not that close. But I think it'll be a nice scene for this little corner. This all just doesn't work for me. So that's coming out. And so that's the biggest change. My next day off, I'll probably get started on some of the scenery. I've just been testing trains and the track work, make sure everything runs nice and smooth before I start doing any ballasting. I got ahead of myself the last time. I'm not going to do it again. So that is it. This was just a quick little update on I'm going to do a couple little rail fan shots of this train, and that'll be it until my next update, probably another couple of weeks. So thanks for watching. As always, if you've got any comments or any tips or suggestions, by all means, I'm all ears. Please share. It's been fun doing this little railroad, and having you come along with me, and it's been cool that some people have been interested in what I've been doing. So I'll see you next time at the Portsmouth Terminal Railway, and if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go into Sully's Tavern and have a beer now. Next time, I'll see you.